Welcome to our LinkedIn live stream. We have Steve Gielda in the house. My name is Gerhard Schwartner, founder and publisher of Selling Power Magazine, and Steve is the president of Ignite Selling in San Diego. Welcome, Steve.
Good to see you. Good to be with you. I'm actually not in San Diego. I'm actually in Austin, Texas.
Oh, you're in Austin, Texas. That's right. And we talked a little bit about how you contribute to society in Austin by making beds available for children ages 6 to 17 that sleep on the floor, which it blew me away.
Yeah, I'm the chapter president down here in Austin, Texas, for an organization called Sleep in Heavenly Peace, which is a national organization with over 360 chapters throughout the United States. We simply have one mission, and that one mission is simply no kid sleeps on the floor in our town. So our goal is to simply get every child from the ages of from 2 to 17 to get off the floor. We give them a brand new bed at no cost to them, and give them a good night's sleep and a better chance at life.
Who launched the idea?
The idea was actually launched in Idaho by a gentleman by the name of Luke Mickelson. And Luke started this back in 2012. He started building a couple of beds out of his garage. And then the common personality that we know, Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs and a number of other things, we see him on television. Mike Rowe was the one who really helped us blow this up. And he had a program on television at the time called Returning the Favor. And at that point in time, what was happening is that somebody had hooked them up with Luke, and they came and did a little expose on the work that Luke was doing in Idaho. And once that show launched, Sleep in Heavenly Peace just took off nationally.
So we want to make a contribution, and we want to invite our audience to a masterclass that Steve is going to teach on. The topic is now the assumptions that cause new product launches to fail. And what we want to do is have everybody sign up, have a class limited to about 30 people only. But our goal is to charge only $49 and donate 100% to your cause, so that we have a number of kids sleeping in their own beds instead of on the floor. How is that?
I tell you, Gerhard, I've got goosebumps right now, just you even making that offer. So yes, please come. Sign up for this masterclass. If you're launching new products and you failed at launching new products, or you haven't quite hit the goal with your new product launches, go to this masterclass that we're going to be talking about on October 10th. And we'll share with you some of the best practices that some of the top organizations in the world today are using and applying to ensure that they have greater success with their product launches. And if all the money is going to be going to Sleep in Heavenly Peace, we'll be able to get more kids off the floor and into their own beds. So thank you for that, Gerhard.
Well, there are also two additional benefits. When you join that masterclass, it's 80 minutes. It's not a sage on the stage presentation or a pitch, but a truly interactive Zoom call among peers. So you will meet with 30 other director level sales leaders, and you're going to learn from every one of those people, because they all have had product launch mishaps and war stories to tell and best practices to share. And Steve has worked on that project for quite a while, and he has assembled a body of knowledge that he will share with you. I just saw the PDF, and you've done a phenomenal job, and I cannot wait for that masterclass. And to give us, the audience, a little bit of a teaser, I know there are 5 pillars. Let's talk about the number one pillar that you have in this PDF.
Well, I tell you, it's kind of hard to choose one of them, but I will choose one that I think is probably the most common assumption that both sales and marketing make when new products are coming to market. And that number one assumption is the fact that sales representatives know exactly who to contact inside the account. I mean, think about it. You ask any sales representative inside the account who loves them, who doesn't, who's important, and who's not. they're going to have an opinion about that. And they're likely simply, if you leave them up to their own devices, they're going to go to those accounts that they know best. Unfortunately, when new products are launched, we have to, many sales representatives don't examine to whom should this new product truly benefit. In other words, there could be other people inside the organization, maybe somebody in supply chain, maybe somebody in technology that we don't currently have a relationship with, but there's a unique capability of this new product that really aligns well to the job responsibilities and the accountabilities of other people inside the organization. And sales representatives just don't have those relationships there. So one of the things we're going to talk about in this master class is the trap that we fall into of leaving sales representatives up to their own devices to go to whomever they want to, either the account or the individuals inside the account, and the common traps that that leads to. So that'll be just one of the things that we'll talk about in this master class. And what do we do about it?
Absolutely. And the masterclass is on October 10th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will publish a link below where you can sign up. And I hope everyone who listens to this will do. But in order to make this interactive and collaborative and co-creative, we need to limit the size to only 30 people. So I urge you to act fast so you can get your spot. And the $49 investment for that 80-minute masterclass will be well worth your time, but also it will go to charity. And Steve is going to be thrilled. And the children that will stop sleeping on the floor and sleep in heavenly peace on a bed supplied. And how are those beds constructed? Who is creating them?
Yeah, so we are very fortunate that we have a national sponsorship with Lowe's. So Lowe's provides us with all of the lumber and the tools and the materials that we need. And so what we do is, just like we do in Austin, they do around the country, is that we host two events. One is a build event where we have volunteers come in and we take raw lumber that's supplied for by Lowe's, and we cut all the pieces of wood into the sizes that we need for the side rails, the headboards, the footboards, the slats, everything that we need. That's what we do on the build days. We simply construct all the material needed to assemble a bed. Second event we do is we go to the delivery, and we'll take that brand new bed, a brand new mattress, brand new pillows, and comforters and sheets and everything, and we go install that brand new bed and everything inside these homes for these kids that are sleeping on the floor. And so there's two major events that take place, a build event and a delivery event. So with your money, we're going to be able to go ahead and help build some more beds. So we're grateful for that.
And it is 100%. There's no commission or deduction. And here's the major benefit, not two benefits. One is those kids will sleep in peace, but also you will sleep better because you made a contribution to society, and that makes everybody feel good.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, I mean, we all know what it's like when we don't get enough sleep. So,
that's right.
We're not just giving these kids a bed. What we're doing is we're giving them an opportunity to be a better son, a better daughter, have a better mindset when they're starting their day going into school. They can be a better brother, a better sister, a better friend, all because they've gotten a better night's sleep. So thank you again, your heart, for that opportunity.
Absolutely. There's one point that I want to raise that in your PDF that you sent. Assumption number 4 is salespeople know a customer's decision criteria, and that really struck a chord in my mind because there's the old saying about the assumption. What can you do to help salespeople stop mind reading and not assume that they know the customer decision criteria?
Well, there's a couple things that we can do, but when it comes down to launching new products, we need to be able to help salespeople understand, A, there are going to be multiple influencers involved in this decision. And each one of those influencers are going to have a different set of decision criteria. Let's face it, if you're talking to somebody that has financial responsibility, a chief financial officer, or somebody who's managing finance, they're going to be one of their top criteria might be cost. However, to assume that price or cost is the number one criteria across everybody else in the organization is a dangerous assumption. You could be talking to a chief technology officer, a chief revenue officer, somebody in marketing, to where your product really can help them do a better job in what they're being held accountable to. Well, we have to ask, what's the decision criteria that you're using to compare us against the other vendors that you're exploring? You may be surprised. You may simply find out that some of the number one criteria is your experience in the industry, how fast your product works compared to the others. It could be your service or your support that you offer. But if we're only making those assumptions that we think what's important and we don't ever ask, we're missing the opportunity. So it's important that marketing does a little bit of research to kind of find out from the different stakeholders who are inside the account, what's the criteria that matters most? But we can't just leave it up to marketing. Salespeople need to ask the simple question. Hey, got a quick question for you, Gerhard. Other than price, because we know price is really important, but other than price, what are the other 2 or 3 criteria that you're using to compare me against my competitor? Hear what they have to say. You might be surprised.
Yeah, and you said a word that really resonates, which is the mindset. The salesperson role needs to be very, very clear that you are here to help the customer make the best decision. And in order to do that, you want to ask really, really good questions and put yourself in a position of like the co-pilot of the customer, and not as somebody who wants to, push a product. You're there to help.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. We often tell people when people are launching, organizations are launching new products, and marketing doesn't like what I'm getting ready to say, but it comes out favorable in the end. But we ask them if they're selling a new widget. I'll say, stop selling that new widget. Don't even start to sell that new widget. I know it's a brand new widget that's coming to market, but stop selling it. Don't start to sell it. What I want you to do is to start understanding, how does that widget help improve the life of the individual that you're talking to? That product was brought to market for a reason, and everybody that you're talking to has a different potential value for that. But you don't understand what that is unless you start asking questions. So yes, you need to understand what are the business metrics to which the customer you're talking to is being held accountable to today. Do a quick little litmus test. Anybody who's listening to this right now on LinkedIn, think about one of the top 3 or 4 accounts that you're working on today and ask yourself the question, do I or does the sales team that I support understand the business metrics or the accountability or the leading indicators that the person I'm talking to is being held accountable to? If you don't know what your customer is being held accountable to, how can your solution help? So you got to find out. And that's another reasons why new products often fail. It's because salespeople don't make the connection between how the unique capabilities of this new product actually helps the stakeholder that they're talking to. And we'll kind of dig into that a little bit on October 10th.
Yeah, and it also reminds me that when you think about the 3 goals a salesperson needs to have in mind. One is helping the customer win, helping their company win, and helping themselves win. And that's how you create a better life for everybody. And we are doing this masterclass to help sales leaders arm themselves with the best ideas, so no future product launch can fail. Because with the ideas that you get from Steve Gielda and from your peers, you can only win. And there is another beneficiary. The $49 for this masterclass, 100% will go to charity, where Steve is going to help children in Austin to have the opportunity to sleep in their own bed. Think about this morning when you got out of bed, how good it felt to not sleep on the floor. And that's what you're creating for people. And I commend you for that. I have so much respect for you, Steve, that you are a champion, and you not only create better salespeople, but you also make the world a better place for all of us.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Gerhard.
Well, with that, we will publish a link, and I want you to join us on October 10th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time to do a deeper dive with Steve Gielda, who's going to enlighten us on the 5 assumptions that you want to be aware of that can jeopardize your product launches.
Sounds great. Look forward to seeing everybody. Remember, only 30 people are going to be invited to have this special opportunity, so be sure to sign up quickly.